All right, everybody, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Boudreaux's. However, you'll probably notice here that there's a lone wolf. The margarita mix got destroyed on Sunday, so I need to go get a new bottle. So the Bloody Mary mix is the lone wolf right now. Told y'all, it's good stuff. We had that party at the house on Sunday, and it was a hit, man. Margarita mix was a hit. It was a hit. All right, Joe Burrow, starting quarterback. Depth chart released. Game notes. LSU Miami. Coming up on it, y'all. So let's talk. Stephen Miller, good morning. Petey Kern, let's say our good mornings. Hey, Drew's here as well. He's fired up for it. Drew's fired up for game week. So y'all fire away. We'll do a bunch of questions, give you some feedback on the depth chart, all that stuff. Let's say some hellos while that audience builds. Hit the share button. Darren, Troy, Trivia, good morning. Blake, John Miller, Brandon Rishu, good morning, y'all. Nick, Torina, Sam Dixon, Adam Tower, Ryan Broussard, Adam Penna, yo, y'all, Kyle Pierce, Jason Tarver. Look at this, man. Danny, Leroy. What a morning, what a morning, what a morning. Bob, Bob said, good morning, Matt, 94.7 today, make AFR statewide. Bob, a little bit of a I don't want to say bad news, but correction. So, long story short, expected to launch Alexandria today. Looks like it's going to be Thursday now. So, tested it yesterday. They're receiving the audio from us, but there's the technical part of it is there's an automation element, right? So that whenever these tones fire, it it can click on commercials and all that different sorts of. Anyway, so they hope tomorrow. It was supposed to be today. It was supposed to be Monday. They pushed it to Tuesday to be safe, and now they look like probably Thursday. So, anyway, very sorry about that. But yes, I'm still fired up. ESPN Alexandria coming up on, it was supposed to be today, but Thursday looks like it's going to be today. So, thank you. And yes, Bob, statewide is the objective. Is my phone ringing? I hear something vibrating. Okay, just making sure. Making sure I was still on and all that stuff. All right, so, shocker. I know you're shocked, all of you. Completely shocked to learn that Joe Burrow is going to be LSU's starting quarterback. I mean, really just an astonishing turn of events, how this all transpired. So, probably too far there. Sorry. Anyway, I know most of you don't care how that shot's framed, but I do. It bothers me when I see, like, it's leaning. I know y'all don't care. I know you don't care, but I do. I know. It's just me. I want to level that off. Boom, boop, and then pick that up a little bit. Boom. I know you all don't care, but I do. So I'm going to make it right. There we go. Okay. All right, boy. Let's move that over a little bit. Boom. Here we go. Matt, it's game week. It is Sam. Joey. Hey, Joey Painich, got your email this morning. I replied to you. Thank you. Morningscone.com for all you that want the morning email, headlines, morning email, morningscone.com. Y'all go check it out. The one thing I've noticed, and the one comment I've gotten from people is, and this was a concern of mine, a lot of the stories in there are old. And that happened to me too initially. I think it'll take a few days for the algorithm to learn what you're clicking on and what you like to prioritize things. And you'll start getting, it's like as I mentioned, nobody's email is the same. Everybody gets a different email based on what the algorithm determines you like based on what you interact with. So, and all of my stuff is current because I've been getting the emails now for 2 weeks. Plus, so for those of you who have signed up at morningscone.com, again, totally free. It's an email that comes to you 6 a.m. It drops every day based on stories and links and things that I tweet and interact with, podcast, Instagram tweets, articles, columns, all that sort of stuff. So hope you enjoy, and please give me feedback. So as many of you have emailed me like that, the email that comes, matt@morningscone.com, you can hit reply to that email and it comes right to my phone. There's no spam, there are no pop-ups, you're not on any mailing list. It's literally just, you'll get this email from matt@morningscone.com every morning with headlines and links and all different kinds of stuff if you're interested. So check it out. Hey, Nan, good morning. Let's see. All right, we're going to get rolling here. Golly, it's already building. Appreciate y'all for being here. All right, let's crank it up. Blake, thoughts on the offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach both in the press box? I actually asked had that question yesterday if Steve Ensminger was going to be in the press box or on the field. I think you 100% of the time leave that up to the coach where he's more comfortable. And Jerry Sullivan's going to be in the press box with him as well. And I'm quite certain that is just to have another set of eyeballs up there that he trusts. So, cool. We'll see how it works. That's changed at times where coaches want to be in the press box, but ultimately they have to come down to the field, and we'll see how it goes. Some coaches prefer to be able to look their players in the eye, like Lane Kiffin, of course, called plays from the field when he was at Bama. Others like to be in the press box. I really don't care. I just say whatever makes them more comfortable to where they can be successful. Having Sullivan up there, okay. I mean, I would like to think that your receiver coach would be like the position coaches would be on the field so that they could talk to their guys. When the other unit is out on the field, but if it works for them, cool. I mean, let's see how it goes. Scott Burrow, the starter. Who knew? Hey man, listen. Y'all stick with me. Just stick with me, and you're gonna find that I'm not a blowhard dummy. I'm guessing most of you know this because you watch this. But Joe Burrow, I wasn't guessing when I told you Joe Burrow was going to be the starter. It's been a horribly kept secret around LSU for a long time. And the competition was not a competition. I mean, it was a giant waste of time and reps. To hear Ed Orgeron yesterday say that Burrow got 428 reps and Brennan got 427 reps, I would have rathered an extra 200 of those reps go to Joe Burrow. And what about however many 100 reps went to Narcisse and McMillan? I'd rather those have gone to Burrow too, because this was the inevitability. So anyway, now you know he's the guy. Let's see how he does. Charlie, Tyler, good morning. Matthew, just turned off Josh Ennis for you, man. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Matthew, so I'm going on Josh's show at 9. I go on with him Tuesdays at 9 o'clock. Josh Ennis is on in Houston on Sports Talk 790 in Houston. So if y'all are in Houston, check out my boy. And I'll be with him 9 o'clock on Tuesday. I'm on there every Tuesday at 9. Petey had trouble signing up for morning Scone. Hey, Petey, let me know if you're still having an issue and what the issue is. Some people said that initially, but I thought they had ironed out that thing. So I tell you what, Petey, do me a solid. Go there right now. Well, I don't know if you're on your phone. Don't close us out. But see if you can do it, and let me know if you're still having an issue and what the issue is. Thank you. Dax, I hope Drew watches that guy win $78,000 on Wheel of Fortune again. His name is Robert, and we're not going to say that too loudly because if we do, Drew will hear me. He'll come in here and start going, "Awa," because he will pull me to put on Robert. He's watching a Little Baby Bum right now, some weird animated cats. It's weird. Tanner Bork, good morning. Let's see, Thomas. When are you moving into Lake Charles? Thomas, I'll move into Lake Charles as soon as there's an affiliate ready to roll. I'll tell you this much, actually. It's a bit of a long story short. So we actually had, so we're on in New Orleans now. In spring of 2014, we had a launch day for New Orleans. It was March 27th. And we also were working out a deal to put AFR on in Lake Charles then. Again, that was spring of 2014. And it was while all of that was happening that we found out about Drew's diagnosis when Erica was pregnant with him. That was actually March the 5th whenever we found out. We went to the doctor for her anatomy scan and found out Drew was sick. And so everything got put on hold. So New Orleans got put on hold. Lake Charles got put on hold. And obviously they had to go put on different shows. They had to put something on the air. And thankfully, when we got back from Houston and with Drew and everything, we were able to revisit New Orleans with KLRZ 100.3. And it worked, and it's been awesome. We've been on now there for 2.5 years. But the opportunity that was there in Lake Charles 4 years ago isn't there now. So might it be again? I would hope so. I mean, I would love to be in Lafayette, Lake Charles, Shreveport, Bossier, up in North Louisiana. We're going into Alexandria this week, so we'll have Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alec. I'd love to go Shreveport, Bossier, Lafayette, Lake Charles, and just have the whole state. That's a goal. That's absolutely the goal. Thank you. Let's see. Craig just asked Drew to adjust the camera. Is that your bad side? Oh, y'all are just getting to the comments about me moving the camera. Let's see. You know Matt Drew's just going to knock down the phone. Yeah, he probably will, but he's being good right now. He's in there watching his animated cats. Ooh, he's not happy right now. All right. Good morning, Dad, Kyle. Good morning. Good to see y'all. Chase just signed up. Cool. Thank you very much. Give me feedback. Where's your other bottle of Boudreaux? Man, I told you it's gone. The only thing that remains is the margarita mix. The Bloody Mary. The margarita mix just got absolutely wiped out on Sunday at the party. But I have another bottle at my office. I need to go buy another bottle. So you can buy two. Alexander's, Calvin's, Calandro's, Mid City Craft Wine and Brew, and Canada's down in Houma. Let's see, Jason, looking at the depth chart, is it true Brennan weighs 183, or was that a misprint? That's probably about accurate. My game notes and all that stuff are at, let's see if I can pull it up. Are at my office at work, but let's see if I can find the roster. 183 wouldn't surprise me, man. Brennan is like dangerously thin. But I'll say this too. Like, I also think that is, I don't want to say much ado about nothing. Yeah, 183, 6'5", 183. I don't want to say it's much ado about nothing, but I think his weight is overplayed because the conversation about his weight is overplayed because, look, I can look at guys like when Davis Webb was at Texas Tech, when Jared Goff was at Cal, like two skinny quarterbacks that are, tall, lanky, that have done really well. So, man, keep them upright. You know what I mean? Like, keep them protected. Get rid of the ball on the timing passing offense, and none of that matters. I mean, I do understand the concern that some people have over that. I get why we talk about it, but I also think that there's a way to neutralize that. You can protect quarterback and make sure he's not taking gigantic hits. Let's see. Oh, Nan, you had a margarita. Oh, there you go. See? You had a Boudreaux's margarita on Sunday. See? Told you, that's good stuff, man. Let's see. How about Breggs going opposite field yard? He's becoming the Astros' best player. He is, Jamie. He's been awesome. Wore those LSU cleats last week as well. Devin says, good morning, Scone. What, bud? Swag game coming correct. What's Scone? Is that what you want? Scone. Morning, Scone. Oh, you want Calico. Here we go. Get ready. Calico! All right. See you later, bud. He'll be back. Let's see. Steve and Sullivan going to be in bed. But oh, God. Craig, you would get me in trouble with that. Talking about Ensminger and Jerry Sullivan. Breggy going 4 or 5, 4 RBIs, a homer, and a double. Dudes, did y'all see the tweet last week? We talked about it on Friday. Pedro Martinez on MLB Network said, Alex Bregman is becoming the face of baseball, and it makes sense, man. He's doing it on the field, but he's won a World Series. He's All-Star Game MVP, and he's risen in huge moments. The home run in the All-Star Game, the Game 5 walk-off in the World Series. I mean, there was a point this year where of the 6 Astros walk-offs, he had like 4 of them. I mean, he's becoming that guy. And I know we've talked about it before, man. The thing about Bregman is if you asked Alex Bregman who is the best baseball player on the planet right now, he will tell you Alex Bregman. And, of course, he's a great player, but it's that confidence that puts him up in those spots where he's just not ever intimidated by who's on the mound or what the moment is. He's just you get to know him, and he's just wired differently. He's just different. I mean, it's evident, It's awesome. He's so fun to watch. I'm happy for him. Let's see. Danny, I'm very disappointed to see how many Louisiana players are starting for Alabama. Add Savion Smith. It really is a missed opportunity. Moses, Bugs, Devontae. Yep. Nick has cherry-picked talent out of this state. And and that's got to stop. And here's hoping it starts this year. And Ed's done an awesome job putting this roster together, or this signing class, this recruiting class together. Sopsher's a big one though, man. You can't lose a defensive. Your head coach that is a defensive line coach can't lose the number one defensive lineman in the country who preps 45 minutes from your campus to your biggest rival. Can't do it. You got to get that kid. Craig Duke got taught. Ted Peterson. Brandon Paul, good morning. Let's see. Ronnie got tickets yesterday for the Astros and LSU. Going to get tickets to Ole Miss, Texas Tech Saturday morning since I'm there. That's a good weekend, man. Someone asked also what I thought the fan ratio was going to be for LSU Miami. I think it's going to be 70-30 Miami. I'm sorry, 70-30 LSU. And here's why. Even though there might still be tickets available through LSU, understand proximity, secondary market LSU is going to eat up. And when you have games like that, both schools are allotted tickets and then corporate sponsors are allotted tickets. And understand that Dallas, outside of Louisiana, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta are the biggest LSU alumni bases in the country. So the Houston and Dallas LSU alums are going to flood that game. And a lot of them are going to be in corporate sponsor seats because people from here that, like I know plenty that are LSU fans, alums that live in the Houston, Dallas area that do business there that are going to the game because they're a client of whatever business that's a corporate partner of the game that's going to have tickets. So a lot of the neutral seats are going to end up being LSU fans because of the Houston, Dallas alumni bases. So it's going to be a good time, man. There's going to be a lot of purple and gold there. Let's see, Steven, I'm buying into the notion that it's all coach speak on how close things were to appease the Brennans. Yeah. And it's not to say Miles is a bad player. And it's not to say Miles will never be a good player. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is it was always going to be Joe Burrow. They knew it whenever they went and signed him. And you could give the lip service and say he's got to win it and yada, yada, yada. There was never, ever a moment when Joe Burrow wasn't, I know it's a double negative, wasn't going to be the starting quarterback. There was never, and the fact that Ed, yesterday at his press conference, had to go to great lengths to talk about how close the battle was, and it was never close. Like, 4 months ago, when I told y'all Joe Burrow's going to be the starting quarterback and Justin McMillan's going to transfer, and I went all in on that, I really wasn't guessing. I wasn't guessing. Josh Jones, I'm worried about our running game. You should be. It's not to say it can't be good, but you should be worried. I mean, the first time since 1974, they don't have a running back that scored a rushing touchdown. And I know I've said it before, I would feel so much better about this offensive line if Ed Ingram was there. Because if your guards were Ingram and Lewis, and you had a fifth-year senior in Garrett Brumfield at center, and you had maybe your best offensive lineman, Sadiq Charles, at left tackle, then you figure it out at right tackle, I can win with that. I can rotate backs, keep dudes fresh, situational. I can win with that. With Lloyd Cushenberry at center, Brumfield at left, Lewis at right, you're not as good as you would have been with Ingram in there. I think you've weakened 3 spots instead of just 1. But again, it's not to say you're going to be bad there. It's just you're not going to be as good as you were. I mean, it's the reason the other guys were starters, right? Robert. He doesn't want Robert right now. Brandon Ray, we need you in Lafayette first. Well, Brandon, I'll tell you this much. If you have, I don't know what model your vehicle is, but you can get us on 98.1 HD2. So if you have a newer car that has HD radio in it, go to 98.1 FM, hit the HD button, the HD tuner, and then just go to 98.1 2, and there we are in 100,000 watts. I mean, that's how I listen in Baton Rouge, is on 98.1 HD2. Because 104.5 and 104.9, you have a lot of signal issues. I know that, but I'm hopeful we get onto a Lafayette station sooner than later. There have been some conversations about it. It's just a lot of that stuff takes time, But in the meantime, 98.1 HD2. And if you don't have an HD radio in your car, go to Best Buy or something, or go to Amazon and just buy an HD radio tuner. And You got us. Let's see. Man, Scott Frost at Nebraska has a quarterback mess right out the gate. One scholarship quarterback left on the team. He's a true freshman. Zero room for error there. Happens, man. It's not just at LSU. Hey, Val, good morning. Cool. AFR taking over Louisiana. Trying. That's the goal, man. I will be unapologetically open about that. That is my goal. I want a statewide radio show. I want to be on at every market in the state. And we're getting there. The CST deal is awesome for us, which actually branches us out beyond the state. It's amazing how many people tell me now, Matt, I watch your show. And I'm all about it. People will say, man, I listen, and then when I get home, I put it on TV. Or people say I DVR the show, and so when I get home, I watch the whole thing. Like that's your primetime TV. It's awesome, man. I'm all about. I don't care when or how you consume it. Just consume it. Podcast, CST, 104.5, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alec. Just come on. Tyler, did you drink the Boudreaux's margarita mix? Yes, we had a party here on Sunday, and it went like that. Actually, if you go back and look at my Facebook page, I posted a picture on Sunday of the empty bottle. So proof that it was in fact consumed. Trey Dykes, they need something in Lafayette big time. Let's do it, bro. Let's get it. You need to be in Shreveport ASAP. Mark, go storm the doors of your favorite radio station there in the port city, and let's make this happen. I'm all about it. You have some of those preliminary conversations. Just about so much of it's timing, because you got air talent under contracts, and when things are viable, and then just there's red tape. Just a lot of it's timing, but we're getting there. Jordan Richardson, good morning. Stephen Miller, Trey, you mean you don't like the stinking genius? I don't know what that is, man. Sorry. Chris Boudreaux, need AFR Arklatex. Oh, dude, I'm all about it. Charlie, you up there in North Louisiana? I'm all for it, dude. I'd love to be up there. And it's so underserved, too, for LSU content, I mean. There just isn't a lot, I think a lot of times, and it's unfortunate, but a lot of times, being in the southern part of the state, the northern part of the state kind of gets neglected as far as LSU content. I'd love to be on up there. Anytime we've ever done any event or anything LSU related in North Louisiana, it's crushed because the LSU fan base in North Louisiana really is, like, just being real, like, it's neglected. I'd love to be on up there. Let's see, Dax, who's the most effective running back Sunday? It's going to be Clyde. I'm hopeful for Nick Brissett. I know we've joked a lot about it because of Ed's comments at the Rotary thing. We've had fun with it. But I hope Nick – that kid's waited his turn. He battled through an ACL injury. I'd love to see him have a really productive senior year. I think he's limited. He doesn't have great shake and wiggle. Like, he's not the guy – that's going to make a guy miss or break a tackle and rip off a 50-yard run. That's not. Nick is kind of a straight up style, north and south runner, who dominated high school kids, but just at this level, there's a reason why he hasn't really, made his impact. So I'm hopeful for him though. I'm hopeful he has good. But if you ask me, it's Clyde. Clyde's gonna be the guy. Office thought it was a Dutch. Well, I'm just giving the Miles Brennan weight questions. Golly, sorry, y'all. Hey, Erica's watching. Hey, babe. Hey, you need to get to work, babe. What you doing up here watching this? Come on now. 6'1", 180 looks like a good-looking dude. That's an interesting question. Keith says, although Burrow was named the starter, do you think Ed plays Brennan Sunday? I think no. If they play Brennan on Sunday, it's not going well. Like, he's not going to play Brennan just to get him in the game. I'll give you a scenario. If LSU's losing 14-0 at half, and they've got 1 first down and 70 yards of total offense, I wouldn't be surprised if they started the second half with Miles Brennan. Now, fingers crossed, here's hoping that's not the case. Here's hoping it's a close game and Burrow's playing well and protecting the football and moving the offense, and you roll with him. But the only way Brennan plays on Sunday is either if LSU's blowing out Miami, gets in mop-up duty, or the flip side of it is, if it's just not going well. But remember also, you got to keep in mind also the possibility. There's something else that I think they weigh is the possibility of the redshirt rule. Remember, you can play 4 games and maintain your redshirt. I think they'd really like to redshirt Miles if possible, and keep that possibility on the table. So if Burrow plays really well, that option is there for Miles to redshirt. So I don't think he's just going to throw him out there just to get him reps. Drew makes my day. Love watching Drew. That's so nice, man. Appreciate y'all. Jason Tarver, when is the Riot podcast? Thank you, Jason. Noon today. Pluckers. We are going back to Pluckers on Nicholson. So anybody looking for something to do at lunch, me, Terrio, Pluckers on Nicholson, noon. We'll have a live mic if you want to come ask questions on site. We will have speakers so you can listen. So in the bar area, Steve, the owner, is going to opens up the bar area, which they don't normally open at lunchtime. He's going to open the bar area for us. So anyone that wants to come listen, watch us do it, take pictures with Terrio, get him to sign stuff, whatever. Coming out today, Tuesday, noon, Pluckers on Nicholson. Y'all come join us for lunch today. And if you know LSU students out there, tell them to come out. And then tonight, busy day. Tonight, your boy's going back to Pluckers for sports trivia. One night only. Me and Hunt kind of getting the band back together from way back when. So that's tonight. Let's see. Love listening and watching the shows. Thank you, Brandon. Very kind. Camera for me isn't centered. I think it's all right. And it is centered a little bit. Come on, Adam. Give me a break, dog. Lenny, good morning. Let's see. Coach O's going to build a wall around the state, make Alabama pay for it. I hope so, man. But the other part of it I'll tell you, too, about that is, like, 2019 is bumper crop, right? Where you've got Ish Sofsher and you've got Derek Stingley. You've got Cardell Thomas. You've got some of the top players in the country in the state this year. So when years like this roll around, you got to capitalize. It was like the year when you had Marcus Spears and Marquise Hill and all those guys, and Michael Clayton, the 01 class. Like, when you have those types of years, you got to get them all. 2011 with Jarvis and Odell, and I mean that whole, they called them the fam, and you had Lyle Collins and Anthony Johnson, like that whole group. When you have those types of years, you got to get all those kids. And Ed's gotten most of them. I mean, it sucks losing John Emery, especially when you need a top-tier running back. But yeah, years like this, you got to get them. Craig, I'm thinking 60-40. StubHub is most Miami side sold. Yeah, that's so. Interestingly, talking about the game this Sunday in Dallas, when I was in, I might have mentioned this yesterday. I don't remember. I feel like I do so many interviews and this and the radio show. I forget where I say what. But at SEC Media Days in Atlanta, I was talking to the guy from Advocare who's putting on the game, the LSU Miami game in Dallas, and he said they had actually sold, like, the Miami tickets sold better than they had anticipated. Because typically Miami isn't like their fans don't typically travel. They're a national brand and all, but like they wouldn't expect to sell 30,000 tickets at Miami. So Miami fans had bought a bunch of tickets. What I think you're going to see, though, like I mentioned, is the corporate tickets, the neutral tickets, are going to end up being LSU fans. It's like when LSU went and played at Lambeau, right? LSU sold 30,000 tickets. I mean, LSU fans went in droves, but in an 80,000 seat stadium, 50,000 were all Wisconsin fans because Wisconsin had their allotment, and every neutral ticket was a Wisconsin fan. So it was like, it was 70-30 Wisconsin. We'll make Louisiana great again. Y'all crazy. LSU will buy most of the walk-up tickets probably. Has Josh Booty been holding out on us with General Booty? For those that don't know, General Booty is Abram's son, who's a high school quarterback in Texas. Look, I just got a message from Pete. I'd asked him this earlier. Allowed me to sign in this morning. Okay, cool. Yeah, so morningscone.com, I'd asked at the beginning of this, the guy named Petey who comments, had tried to sign up at Morning Scone. It wouldn't allow him. He said he used a different machine that allowed him to do it. So cool. Morningscone.com if you want the daily Morning Scone email. Morningscone. It's free, no spam, no pop-ups. Not just like you'll never be on a mailing list. You're not like the website is just a landing page. Just go type in your email address. Tomorrow 6 a.m. Every day 6 a.m. you'll get an email from me with links and stories and columns and podcasts and all different kind of stuff for you to peruse. Let's see. Get some more y'all stuff. Will Wade will make LSU great again. I'm excited about basketball, naturally, and baseball. Ingram pretty much isn't coming back. That's a question for Brandon. I don't know, Brandon. So keep in mind, Ed Ingram is a legal matter, and it's a legal matter in DeSoto, Texas. So it's really just a question of how quickly can the DeSoto, judicial system move that case through. So it's not like there's anything that LSU or Ed Orgeron or anybody can do. It's just let the legal system run its course, and I think when more information comes out on that, it'll clarify a lot of things. Blake says, Matt, why did O way too not start at quarterback? I thought the team already knew. That's why McMillan and Lowell transferred. Yup. Let's see. Dennis Shave. Good morning, Coach. Tommy Averett. Brandon Paul. Lafayette would definitely welcome you, Matt. No question. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that, man. Got to make that happen. Let's see, Danny. Let's see, when you watch clips of Ohio State's spring game, it's immediately apparent Burrow has it. Danny, that's also a spring game. Let's wait and see what he does if the lights are on. But I will say, if you're building a quarterback, I like it a lot. But let's also not forget that he lost the job to Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins. So let me see it. Let me see it against a top 10 defense, under the lights, national TV. Let me see it. Let me see it in the game. There's a lot of guys that can go look the part and throw against air, and they get in game situations. It doesn't work. So just I'm not saying he won't. Let me see it. Let me see it in the game. That's all. I have family in Southwest Mississippi that wants you to. Macomb, Natchez. Nice. Let's make it happen, Cole. Let's get on in Southwest Mississippi. I'm all for it, man. Brian, watching from Brandon, Mississippi. Appreciate that. Jeremy Osterberger. Let's see. I'll quit my job if you want to go national with the Brab and Scone show. First of all, there's no way that you would get top billing. All right? It's not the Brab and Scone show. All right? Danny. One guy has a brand, the other doesn't right now. Okay, let's just get real, Danny. Okay? We're not going with the Brab and Scone show. If anything, it would be the Scone show, parenthetically on the bottom with Danny, on the bottom, in tiny, tiny print. Come on now, let's get real. For real, for real. Let's see, Curtis. Scone's got the execs at New Orleans affiliate to crank their dial up so I can listen in Bogalusa. Okay. I wish I could, man. It's not about, that's a big misconception. People say fix the signal, crank up the power. You can't. The Federal Communications Commission regulates signal strength. So, they have to navigate because, for example, 100.3 FM on that frequency, that's ESPN New Orleans, but they're not the only 100.3 FM in the country. So there's another station somewhere licensed on 100.3 FM, so the FCC regulates their signals so that way they don't overlap, right? So it's your signal stops where this one begins. So that's how they regulate power on all those things. People always say, man, crank up your signal. You can't. You literally can't. It's what the FCC has regulated that signal for, which is why we focus so much on digital and stream and podcasts and over-the-top TV and all that, because it's we're never going to just let ourselves be beholden by what can be a bad signal at times. So we're going to make sure that you have ways to listen or watch or anything whenever you want. Ben says, I can't buy into Coach O. I hope he proves me wrong. I think we need to get someone else if this goes south before the program goes from mediocre to flat horrible. I mean, Ben, you're not on an island. I mean, there's plenty of people who feel that way. The Miami game is massive. It's just massive for Ed Orgeron. It's massive for this program. If you win that game, it keeps all your goals in line, even if you lose week 3 at Auburn. If you lose to Miami and you lose at Auburn, your two losses before you even get to October, that's when things could go bad. Just next week at this time, like the whole feel around the LSU program is going to be either here or here, like way down here on the floor, based on the result of that game. Josh, what's a realistic record? I said 7-5. I think their ceiling is 9-3. I think they're losing Auburn, Georgia, Bama. I don't know how they win those games, barring something just completely unforeseen. And upsets happen, but I think 9-3 is their absolute ceiling. But I think they go 7-5. Let's see, Alex watching from Houston. Thank you, Tom in Dallas. Thank y'all. Brandon, stinking genius is a crap show. Sorry, I don't even know what that is. I don't mean to read that and be disrespectful. Nick starts, Clyde gets immediately carries, bet. I agree with that. If you made me bet right now, I'd go Clyde 12-15, Brissett 7-10, and then Curry maybe gets 2 or 3. If I had to guess, that's probably how it breaks down. Craig says, I listen on the app. It's easy and convenient. AFR has been my go-to for my final hours at work. Thank you, Craig. Good man. Appreciate you. Oh, Jeremy, Jimmy, Kelly. Look at this, man. We're rolling still. Oh, it's 8:18. I got to be somewhere at 9. I still got to go shower. All right, we'll do 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, and I got to bounce. If Joe struggles, how much rope does he have before he's pulled? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I think that's a feel. I think if you get to a point where you're down a couple of scores in the second half, that's when you got to consider making a move. But I think you have to at least go the whole first half with him and give him a shot. I mean, unless if he goes out there and he turns it over like on 3 straight possessions, and then it's like, hey, bro, go take a seat, just chill. But I don't think that's going to happen. Kirk, what's the projection for the recruiting class next year? Too early prediction. Also, any chance General Booty is a quarterback? Dude looks pretty good. I'll ask Shay that like. If you're asking for 2020 recruiting ranking predictions, I just don't know. Any big-time running backs to be excited about for LSU's future? I mean, the kid from Southern Lad that they have committed right now, they like a lot. So, here's hoping he blossoms and becomes a guy that they can count on early. It sucks that they don't John Emery, who's a major national guy from Destrehan, is committed to Georgia, but see. Why does it sound like Burrow's leash is way shorter than Danny Deepball's leash last year? That's fun. I have no idea. Danny Deepball, golly. Well, I'll give you this. Something else that I know. When Miles Brennan started this. Remember the Troy game? LSU was losing at half. They're being shut out. Miles starts the second half. If he rallied them to win, Miles Brennan would have started the rest of the year, and Burrow would be at LSU. When they lost that game, having lost to Mississippi State by 30 and then losing to Troy, Ed knew at that point he had no rope. It was no longer run the young kid out there, take your lumps, but grow from it. It was, I got to win as many damn games as possible. And they felt like, while Brennan had the bigger upside, they just had Danny was going to give him a better chance to win and not make mistakes and cost him a game. And he knew he had to rack up wins. That's why they went with Danny. I'll bring the bet paperwork to the podcast today. Come on, Jason. Come on. Come say hello. Riot Podcast. Me, Terrio, Pluckers on Nicholson at noon. We'll see y'all there. You like our wings? Give me the bird. Morning. Good to see y'all. Dallas. Good morning. Joey DeStefano. Got mine on SeatGeek. I might have to wrap this up, y'all. Neil. Good morning, Matt. How about the depth chart? I love it. Hi. What? T? Seat? Oh, seat. Okay. You coming this way now? Okay. You hanging out over there behind the curtains? What are you doing? What? Did you say kumquat? Hey, did you say kumquat? You realize this is the only reason that people watch this anymore, Drew, right? It's for you. But okay, Daddy, flip it back around. There you go. Now you can see. There you go. You can see now. What do you think, dude? Sorry for the dizzy spell, y'all. All right, bud. See ya. Josh said the Sports Talk station in Monroe is a Fox Sports affiliate. Can you get on? Absolutely. That does not matter. 100% we can get on there. Because Guarantee's locally owned. Now, we partner with ESPN as an affiliate, but Guarantee Media owns AFR and can do a deal with whoever they want in whatever market they want. Hunter, do you see a scenario where Ed gets fired midseason? No. I don't think that's plausible. But if you want me to play out the scenario, they lose to Miami, lose to Auburn. At 1-2, they host Louisiana Tech, which is a pretty good team, by the way. There's about 30,000 people at Tiger Stadium, and they lose that game. At that point, if you go to Florida and lose, I mean, it would have to be that extreme. But I don't. That's not going to happen. They got too much talent for that. Let's see. I wish you could be in Pensacola, Florida. You have to go through Bama country. Thank God for CST. Cool, Trivia. Appreciate you watching, man. Hey, do me a solid. If you're watching this on CST, I ask people this all the time. Take a picture of the show on your TV and share it on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff and tag me in it, man. That's a great way to just spread the word if that's available. I appreciate that. Why do you think Auburn is I don't disagree. Why do you think Auburn is a decided game? LSU traditionally hasn't played well at Jordan-Hare. Stidham got much better toward the end of the season last year. Auburn's defensive line, I think Auburn's whole defense is going to be really, really good this year, and they have a good defensive line. I think early in the season, on the road against that defense, LSU's offense is going to have just a bear of a time doing anything, and I think Auburn's offense is going to be good enough to score. I mean, Auburn, you forget, the way that Auburn game started in Baton Rouge last year was overwhelming. I mean, that if you asked me degree of difficulty, percent odds to win a game, the worst odds LSU has is Bama, second worst is Auburn. I don't see how they win either of those games. I could give them a shot at beating Georgia. If they played their best game, Georgia had an off day, Tiger Stadium comes to life, I could absolutely give LSU a chance to win the Georgia game. If Georgia or Bama's kicked after 6, they have a puncher's chance. Someone's getting clipped. Maybe. They got a shot against Georgia. Bama, no. I was amazed at how bullish Brando was on. Yeah, if y'all missed that, Tim Brando was on the show yesterday. Picked him 9-3. He said a lot. He went the other way. A lot of people were sleeping on LSU. Go back and listen to the podcast. It was good. Does LSU take 2 quarterbacks this year? JUCO, they got to. I mean, they absolutely. I mean, they've got Peter Parrish. They've got to supplement there. I mean, you've got to get another guy in. You can't just have 3 scholarship quarterbacks. Let's see. We can't ever get past Bam if we keep losing to them. That's true. All right. Oh, gosh, I got to run, y'all. Let's see. Why isn't Miles gaining weight? He should be the anti-Todd Marinovich. Some guys just don't start gaining weight till later, man. I don't know. Matthew, the wife and I had the Scone roll last night. Thank you, dude. Take a picture of it. Send me a tweet or post it on Facebook. Do that next time. Remember, thank you. Ichiban, awesome people. He's observing those relief windows. It's true. We got relief windows all in this house. Actually, they did not do this window here, that pane, but we got them all in the house. Good morning, Justin. Let's see, about to wrap up here. Drew needs a producer nod. Those curtains help the lighting. Let's see. Frank starting at Florida. Laughable. He's terrible. We'll see, man. He's big with a big arm. That's the kind of guy. I'll always give you the example of Brandon Allen at Arkansas. Brandon Allen was terrible year 1. He got a little better year 2, and then by the time he was a senior, he was an all-SEC quarterback. 3,500-yard passer, 30 touchdowns. Guys can improve, but it takes also competent quarterback coaching, which I think Franks will get now in Starkville or in Gainesville with Mullen. The thing people forget is Dan Mullen makes things easier for bad quarterbacks. He got competent play out of Chris Relf. He will put his quarterbacks in positions to have success. Let's see, Matt. Who will hire? who will LSU hire to replace Coach O before the season ends? Hong Tam, ask me that in November, man. Come on, bro. They haven't even kicked off the opener yet, man. What's so special about Auburn this year makes you think they're good? I just went through that. I mean, they're a preseason top 10 team. They got a starting quarterback back. They return their offensive line. They have to replace running back, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because they always seem to replace them. And their whole defense is, especially the defensive line, is back and good. I mean, there's a reason they're preseason top 10. Let's see. Just about done. How come our kick punt returners continue to be uninspiring? They like Giles returning punts, and Clyde's going to return kicks. I think you would have loved to have seen Dante Jackson back there. They just didn't trust him to catch the ball, which is why he didn't do it. So, but I think they'll be okay. All right, if LSU crashes, Oliva, Coach O will go. I think Kiffin would be the coach. I love my hypotheticals before they even kick off. Josh, how good is Miami? All right, last one. Miami lost 3 starters on their defensive line last year, a senior and 2 early guys to the draft. But then again, LSU lost 3 starters on their defensive line, and we all seem to think they're going to be better. Miami has an All-American at safety. They've got all of their linebackers back. Basically, their entire linebacker and secondary are back from a really good defense a year ago. Miami's whole offensive line is back. They returned a 1,000-yard rusher, 5th-year senior at quarterback, and a guy who's going to be a high NFL draft pick at receiver. They're good. But I think LSU's defense is good enough to hold Miami's offense down because I don't trust Malik Rozier. All right, I got to go. Boudreaux's, the margarita mix, which we're out of, but the Bloody Mary mix as well. Buy it. I got to bounce. Today, noon, Riot Podcast at Pluckers on Nicholson. Tonight, Sports Trivia at Pluckers on Nicholson. I'll be hosting with Hunt Palmer, AFR at 3 o'clock. Morningscone.com, morningscone.com. Check it out. Y'all have an awesome day. We'll see y'all mañana. Later.